Welcome, sun and sunsets. My name is Cynthia Renee Meeks, and I'm a spiritual awakening guide for those who have a strong desire to spiritually define their life path in this life or a past life. The modalities I use are metaphysics, numerology, and hypnosis. Now, today's video is dedicated to the fans, the family, and friends of Chadwick Boseman. So go grab your favorite snack and drink because you will not want to miss this numerology analysis of Chadwick's life. I promise you. Be right back. Okay, here we go. As I promised, the numerology chart for Chadwick Boseman. So, as you can see here, I started off at 2015. I know he's had a struggle with this cancer since 2016. However, I wanted to go before 2016 just to see what he was dealing with the year prior. And I know a lot of his movies are that he, filmed, like Black Panther in 2018, are all up in here. So we get a chance just to see the opportunity that he had with his essence, energy, his personal year energy. We're going to talk about his life path energy. We're going to talk about his born gift, which is also known as birthday number here, 2911. His destiny / expression number, which is a 9, his heart desire number, which is a 3, personality number, which is a 6. And I do want to back up a little bit because I know probably a lot of you are watching this video because it's about Chadwick's numerology chart. However, you may not understand or know what numerology is all about. So I'm going to give you quick information about what each of these titles mean, but you have to go back to my website, go back to my YouTube channel and watch the videos, and it would give you a thorough explanation of what these titles actually mean in your life, in everyone's numerology chart. That's one thing about numerology, is how it's different than astrology, because numerology gives you the core of who you are, the energy of who you are, how you operate, your characteristics, your talents, your weaknesses, your strengths. So when you have someone that is the same zodiac sign as you and you think to yourself, well, they don't act anything like me, well, there's a reason for that. And the reason is because they don't have these core energies in their chart like you have in your chart. So just because you may be a Pisces or Capricorn or Aquarius, then someone else may be a Pisces, Capricorn, Aquarius. They may not be a life path 9 or have a born number 2911. So their characteristics and their talents may be different from yours, okay? So the best way I like to start this off, I like to start off with the life path number, because the life path number will be able to help understand how you navigate through your chart, okay? So starting with here, giving you a brief information on what a life path means. So basically, your life path tells you all about your life's journey. It gives you your life purpose. About your life, the goals in your life. So your life path number, because it's derives from the total number of your date of birth, right? You add all of your numbers up. You start with your year, you calculate the year you're born in, and then reduce it down to one number. If it's a master numbers are 11, 22, or 33. Then you leave the master number as 2 digits. However, if it's any other number but a master number, then you add those digits together, reduce it to a 1 digit, and then you go to your day you were born on. If you were born on the 21st, you add 2 and 1 together, which gives you a 3, add it to your year, and then same way with your month. If you're born in the 10th of the month, October, drop the 0 and add the 1. I will give you an example, as you can see here, how to calculate your life path number. Very, very easy. So Chadwick's life path number energy was a 9 energy, which explains how he was able to give this gift to the world of giving, being this humanitarian, giving himself, all of him, working for the people to leave this legacy for everybody to enjoy. That is a big part of what this 9 energy is. But then also I want you to take a look at the destiny expression number. Now the destiny expression number is the total sum of all the letters in your name. And as you can see up here with these letters here, you have an 8 in your essence, and that's actually the total of these numbers. So each number also have energies attached to them as well, energy numbers, 1 through 9. And so his expression destiny number is also a 9. And so when you get to a point in your life in your third pinnacle, and here's the pinnacles down here, we're going to get to that in a second, but when you get to your third pinnacle, then you add your life path and your expression number together, because they will be working in operations together. Now when you are born into this world, you start off using this energy of your born number. So when Chadwick came into this world and being born to his mom, I'm sure she automatically looked at him and said, oh my God, he has an old soul. You know, he's so smart, he's so creative, he's so mature. Because when you have someone who is born on the 11th of the month or the 29th of the month, they are very mature. They have this, they are what is considered a master 11 energy. And so a master 11 energy is the master teacher, is the a old soul, a master soul of intuition. So anyone who has this 11 energy in their chart usually have the intuition is on point. Like they have really good intuition. They know when something is going to happen. They get the feeling when something is going to happen. They know when their soul is saying, no, 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 don't do that. Or yes, 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 go for it, go for it. Is because it's the intuition that drives them. It is a gift for the Master 11. Now, he was born on the 29th. 29, that is a compound number. And usually it is considered a disturbed number. Even the Master 11 is disturbed, because Master 11, they have it hard. They go through a lot in life, okay? A sickness. They go through sometimes when things just seems like it's a lot of things happening in their lives. It's not even, sometimes not even them. It could be the family members going through, which also is dragging them through it as well. So the 29 is considered a compound number. It's a number that has a lot of struggles. So when you see someone with a Master 11, and automatically I always, say, what have you dealt with throughout your lifetime growing up, because they have struggles. And so there's 2 and 9, so you add those two together, which give you that 11. Now the 2 energy is very sensitive. 2 energy is when astrologists look at the numerology numbers or energy, they match them up with the moon, the planets. So the 2 energy is goes with the moon. 9 is Mars, right? And you put both of those together. So the moon, just think about the moon, and then this fiery Mars. So that's together it makes it a struggle, because they're working kind of against each other. And that's why sometimes you have these issues in your life when you are a Master 11, because you're going through these things so you can learn how to master them. And that's why you came back to this, you reincarnated in this time. If you're a Master 11, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You will agree, sometimes Master 11, so many things are going on in their life. Sometimes they don't even know why these things are going on. It can even be anywhere from a bad marriage. It could be just a lot of sickness. It could just be a lot of things just happens, for no reason. You could be accused of something that you didn't even do. A lot of Master 11 people are in prison right now. Sometimes they go the wrong route, or they are doing something the route, but they're hanging with the wrong crowd. So it's just a lesson that they come in here. It's that's pretty much basically what it is. It's just there are certain lessons and experience that you have to go through. Now, for Chad's sake, his could have been illnesses. So he may have grew up with some things that have had attacked his nervous system growing up, because the Master 11s do have a nervous system, okay? And not, a lot of times they can get over it. Usually it depends on where the 11 is in your chart. If it's in your born gift number, then those struggles are coming early in life. Those struggles and illnesses are coming, from 0 to 18. And then after that, you move more into your life path number. So let's talk about his life path number. So his life path number, it was, a really feel good number. This life path number was all about creativity, intuitive, attracting people from all walks of life in your life. This 9 energy is all about humanitarian. When you are born into the 9 energy, you already have that sense of wanting to do for other people, giving your time. Whatever you're doing in life, you're doing it for a whole array of people, not just yourself. And whatever you do, you're doing it with a clear vision. 9 people are meant to learn the lesson of letting go, mastering the lesson of letting go of things so you don't dwell in it. And it's from the looks of it, he truly was standing on the high ground of his energy. You can either take the positive side of your energy or the weaker side, the negative side of your energy. And all of the accomplishments that Chadwick has done since he was here has shown that he was living on his higher side, the positive energy side of the 9, giving your time, being this visionary, this broader outlook on life, having this bigger picture than what you see right in front of you. The things that you're doing is for a bigger picture of it all. And that's truly what he has exemplified in his life. So when you think of a 9 energy, and even if you have a 9 energy in your chart, you probably will be the one who are taking care of your parents while your other siblings are doing whatever they want to do, because that's the job is for a 9 energy, is to be there for other people, not necessarily to take care of them, but to be able to give to other people, give your time, give your money, give your energy for others. Is the giving, the satisfaction of giving without the thought of the reward of return, without the thought of somebody returning something to you. So if you are a person who are 9 energy, you're giving, but then you have that resentment because no one ever give it back to you, or you don't feel like you are appreciated, then more struggles will show up in your life, because that's not the purpose of the lesson for the 9. Is just to give. The more you give, the more will be returned to you. Give without having how do they say it, without having like a notion to want something back, to gain something, or that type of what word am I looking for? I can't think of it, but anyway, yes, so just give freely without having something in mind of having something returned back to you. And that's pretty much what the 9 is. It's just a simple lesson, and a very simple lesson, but the big thing come around: if you don't give without return, then life will be difficult for you, and you will wonder why things are happening in your life. If you're 9 energy, just do it. Don't worry about a pat on the back. Don't worry about if you're going to get paid back. It will show up in your life. The more you give, things will just happen for you. Opportunities will happen for you as a 9 energy. And again, that's what happened with Chadwick, and also with the 9 energy. And actually you can see his 9 energy expression, it was the same way. So his whole life pretty much was about mastering the life of who he was, coming in here as an old soul, Master 11, learning how to take whatever happens to him and use it as a stepping stool to step up to the next level, and not reside in it, not dwell on it, but use it to empower you and to be able to move forward. Okay, so the 29 Master 11 energy is all about spirituality. When you think of 29 or actually Master 11, it's about spiritual. It has everything to do with being one with the source, understanding that you're here for a defined purpose. You're not just here just to be in this world and do nothing. You're here to be able to use this experience to gain knowledge and to elevate to the next level in your enlightenment. Okay, it's good mind, good intuition. You have to truly be aware of your sensitivity. If you're born on the 11th or the 29th or even the 2nd of the month, you have to watch your sensitivity, because you are a very sensitive soul. But mainly the Master 11 are hypersensitive. Okay, and so once you reach your 3rd pinnacle, your life path and expression number, you add those two together. Now, given his life path and expression number are both 9, add those two together is 18. 1 plus 8 is also a 9. So 9 is also transformation and completion. Okay, so which makes sense, is why things has happened how they have happened along the way for him. So even coming into this world, being this Master 11, understanding how to master his life, master things that are going on with him, and then using that to stand on this pillar. Now, the beautiful thing about this chart is the reason why I said I had to do this read this analysis, because his first pinnacle, now this is very magical right here, guys. His first pinnacle, I have a lot of notes in, I don't want to miss my notes, but his pinnacle for the first 27 years of his life was a Master 22. Now, this is not common. If I put up 100 charts, you would never see Master 22 in those 100 charts in the first pinnacle. Master 22 usually come down to like the 2nd or the 3rd pinnacle, even the 4th pinnacle. But the fact that he had it in his first pinnacle, guys, that lets me know that God truly had a profound purpose for his life, which we all have a profound purpose, but he had a spiritual purpose for this lifetime. And that meant that he was not going to be here long, that he needed to go ahead and do everything he needed to get done very quickly in life. And so even though he may have had this disturbing 29 energy, Master 11, overall this pinnacle came about, right? This pinnacle 22, and anytime I see a 22 in someone's chart, I just think about how lucky that they are, because that lucky number 22, that 22 is a very lucky number for most people who don't understand. And when you what pinnacles represents are, the pinnacle cycle will let you know about the demands and opportunities that you would bring and that will shape you for your life. So as you can see, the first pinnacle and the 4th pinnacle are always the longest, right? The 2 in the middle, the 2nd and 3rd, are only 9 years each. Ironically, his whole life was built around spirituality. And I know he got that on very early. I'm sure he had a spiritual teacher that said, keep moving. The angels are working on your behalf. Look at his chart, guys. Master 22, 7 is spiritual. 11, Master 11, that's the profound spirituality. Now that 11 is totally different from this 11, and I will explain it to you in a minute. But then here, he never made it to his 4th pinnacle, which would have been a 7 energy as well. Master 22, in your first pinnacle, okay, so I need to explain this quickly as well. Your challenge 1, challenge 2, challenge 3, challenge 4. So anytime you have a pinnacle in your life, remember, a pinnacle means it shapes your life. It shapes you for who you are. Like when you see people and you say, they totally changed. Like when they were 20, 25 years old, they was this way and they were acting out and they were clubbing and they were drinking and they may have been doing this. And then all of a sudden when they got to be 35, it's like their whole world just changed. Well, that's why, because their pinnacle changed. You don't stay the same way for the rest of your life. Please understand that when you take inventory over your life, you will see that your first pinnacle, you may have been this way, your second, and then when you got to this age, maybe you change. And so how you can calculate your pinnacle is based on your life path number. So he's a life path 9. That's why his pinnacle goes until 27, and then the next year's 36, and then the next 45, and then his fourth pinnacle is 46 until he leaves here. However, since he left in his third pinnacle, we stop here, okay? Now, anytime you have a pinnacle, you will be challenged. And so what this challenge does is help you with your shortcomings in this lifetime. So here we are. His first pinnacle, when God said, I'm gonna help you and give you some luck in your life, some constant miracles turning in your life. Master 22. When you think about someone, when you know someone who's born on the 22nd of the month, because even though you don't add up their birthday, but automatically somebody who's born on the 22nd of the month, life will just unfold for them. It's just that way, because they are here for a purpose to build, and you can't and there will be obstacles, but there'll be very few obstacles. That 22 is a very lucky number in numerology. So is 17-8, but 22 is one of the luckiest numbers in numerology. So Master 22. Now, normally you are your pinnacle is paired with a challenge. Okay, so this gives you a way to have that personal development. It shapes you, and then you are challenged here for the shortcomings in your life. Now, as you know, our life are already preordained, right? It's preordained before we even come here. We choose this life. Now, we can't choose everything that happens to us in their life, because it would be the point, right? To know what's going to happen, but you get an idea of who will be in your life, what experiences, what lessons they will bring to you, and what opportunities you will have. Now, Chadwick had an opportunity to have a Master 22 first cycle, which is not common at all, okay? Because normally Master 11s would show up here as your first pinnacle, as your second pinnacle, and then you get the opportunity to have 22, because you would have gone through some really heavy challenges in your life that this lucky Master 22 would kind of ease it out. It will give you that that shield of everything is going to be okay. You've had it rough. Now it's time to, kind of take it easy. However, Chadwick had an opportunity to have that Master 22 from 0 to 27. Now, I'm not saying at all that life was easy for him, because he still had that disturbing 29-11. So there was challenges in his life. Maybe his speech, maybe there was other illnesses that we didn't know about other than before the camera, which I'm sure more than likely it was, because he was born on the 29th and was a Master 11. The illnesses is a big part of it. But having that pinnacle 22 in your first pinnacle is very, like I say, it's very uncommon, and it's usually common to play only after you have experienced 2 proceedings pinnacle 11. His pinnacle 11 showed up in his third pinnacle. It's like flipped backwards. So it's like, truly, this is a magical, I don't want to say magical, this is a spiritual chart of someone who was destined to come into this world, get a lot of stuff done in a short amount of time, and get out, because he didn't have to stay here until 80, until 90. And people, please understand, I have seen all of these these commercials and ads with Chadwick and advocate for cancer. That was not his plot here. That was not the purpose of him to leave here and say, okay, he died of cancer. That it was for him to say that yes, he had that, but he continued to persevere. He came in here and mastered life without using his sickness as a crutch. And that's exactly what he did. He had the angels that were working on his behalf, keeping him healthy as long as it took to get him to finish all of his goals, all of his achievements, and in order for everybody in this world to be able to look at and appreciate. It has nothing to do with cancer. Cancer was just the way for him to be able to exit out early. Okay? It could have been a car accident. It could have been just woke up the one morning and just decided not to wake up. He could have died in his sleep. Whatever, it does not matter. He would have left here at this age, at this time, no matter what. He came in here with a purpose and plan already in place. He was 9, all these 9s is completion, transformation. He came in here transforming, elevating, and going to the next level, enlightenment, blissfulness, already headed to the next level. And if you go back and listen to his speech that he did in 2018, the commencement speech, he talks about how every role he went after. First he did this play, then he went from the play to a soap opera, then he went from soap opera. It wasn't acting, it wasn't in feature films. But everything that he put his name on, he got it. And that's where the Lucky 22 came from. That Lucky 22 said, we got your back, your angels are here. The 22 experience, especially now, when you do have that 22 in your pinnacle, you will experience either dramatic or traumatic path in your life. His was traumatic, of course, because it ended in cancer. And I'm sure it did. His cancer probably started in his first pinnacle, but he was able to detect it, and he just put it to the side. He was able to say, I'm a survivor, but he did not put it out there because he didn't want to use it as a crutch. He didn't matter to him. What mattered to him is that the doors was constantly opening for him, and he was able to walk through them. Now, normally people with this in this Pinnacle 22 have had the 2 Pinnacles first. However, he did not, which would have given him challenge. But you know what's funny is that his born gift was 11. So even though the Pinnacle did not come in until his 11th Pinnacle into his 3rd cycle, he still had that 11. So the way everything is orchestrated here, it lets me know that this man, when he came into this world, he had a stamp of gold. He may not have had a silver spoon that we could see, but his life had a veil over it to show it was already guided and protected as soon as he came in. Even though he may have had that disturbance 2911, and if he didn't have that lucky 22 pinnacle here, his life would have been even more of a struggle for him. But because he had this 1129 there, this lucky 22 here with no challenge. So that means the first cycle of his 27 years, he was not challenged on anything. He had free will. That means there was a clean slate for him to just walk through and make it happen for himself. Yes, people do have, this is not uncommon to have a cipher first cycle. Ciphers usually Kanye West actually have 0 cipher for his 3rd and his 4th pinnacle, which I will be doing his numerology chart coming up soon. But let's get back to the 22 pinnacle. Now, the 22 pinnacle becomes a master soul. When you have that 22 pinnacle, you are mastering your soul. Your soul is going through a lot of things so you can become this master 22. It is it's called upon to work in a profound way on a higher spiritual path. Most likely you will have to undergo radical changes along the way. You may even have a physical, a mental handicap, or a major health issue. That is normally for the 22 in your pinnacle. When you have the 11 in your pinnacle, like I say, 11 is disturbance. And just so happen, you see how if his 22 would have been here and the 11 would have been here, The sickness would have started mostly in his first pinnacle, and then he could have survived. And then in that, now in a third pinnacle, 22, then he would have probably lived longer, because now you have this lucky 22 carrying you through in these 9 years. Or if he would have had in his fourth pinnacle, it would have carried him through all the way until he left here. However, the 22 was in the first pinnacle, and then the 11, which it brings on along the health issues, came in his third cycle, which did bring along the health issue. With the 22-4, you have a chance to do something truly profound with that lucky 22 pinnacle. When it's in your pinnacle, whether it's in your pinnacle or whether it's in your date of birth, 22 is still a lucky number. However, when it shows up in a pinnacle, you do have a chance to do something truly profound that will affect people on a wide range scale. You will build something of long-lasting value that will benefit humankind in a way that will keep giving even after you're gone. Do you understand? That's how, as a numerologist, it makes me very, very excited, very happy to see this spiritual life played out right here in front of us. Watching all of his movies, seeing how he has performed, seeing how he talks, he was always happy. That is, and then to look at this chart and to see all the spirituality that is in his pinnacles, in his born number, all of this transformation, all that he was doing was not for him. Everything that he did was to be left here and continue on for the world to see, for the world to enjoy, for everyone to come together and celebrate this beautiful spiritual master soul life. With the 22-4 number, it opens the door to high levels of personal and financial success. It's highly productive period of his life, yet not so easy, considering is it's full of tests. That's what I'm trying to say, sorry. But it's full of tests. Now, again, lucky 22 does have obstacles, but because it is a very spiritual master 22, and you can't, when you are a 22, whether you born on the 22nd of the month or your whole entire date of birth is 22 equals 22, or your name, or even in a pinnacle like this one is here, you will still have you should have financial success. Now, whatever, if you chose to go a different route, then that's different. But if you stay the course and follow the signs, you will have financial and personal success. Now, that does not stop the obstacles, because 2 + 2 is 4, and 4 has a lot of obstacles. However, your obstacles will be lightened. Your load will be lightened. Your heaviness will be lightened, because it is a lucky 22. So the best thing to do when you have that 22 in your chart is to focus on and the endurance are a must. So you focus and you concentrate, and then you go through whatever you need to go through, but just keep your head up and persevere. Okay, whether you like it or not, your actions are set as an example. So that 22, especially when you're born on the 22nd or your life path, you are set up for an example. So it's like your action speaks louder than your words. So if he was a person that was walking around here complaining about, feeling sick and he can't do it, then of course his actions was to speak louder than his words. However, what spoke louder than what he was going through was the way he persevered through it all, okay? Throughout it all, with all the interviews, with everything that he had to go through, with all the movies, all the action-packed movies, everything, he persevered from the sickness, all the way up until it was time for him to leave here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so more to come. So now, the Pinnacles, again, 9 and 9 is transformation, completion, You are here to do something for others. You on a grand scale, a global scale. You're paving the way for people on a global scale, all for the world to see, right? You doing it and not requiring anything back. You're doing it in a way to make sure that you're opening up doors for others, and that's what the 9 is. The biggest lesson for 9 is not to have resentment and to let things go. Okay, so let's see, heart's desire. Let's talk about heart's desire, and then we're gonna get back on this pinnacle. His heart desire was 3. 3 is all about emotional and creativity. So his heart desire was to make sure that he used his creativity and his voice and his emotions, that he spoke how he felt, he spoke it out. He made, and that's another a sensitive energy, the 3, but emotional, but also very communicate very well and very, very creative. The 3 is considered a creative child. Mostly entertainers, actors, entertainers, singers, even people who are in sports. They have a 3 somewhere in a chart. A lot of singers and rappers are born on the 21st of the month, the 12th of the month, or the 3rd. Also, maybe their expression or their life path, but 3 is somewhere in their chart, okay? Now, personality. His personality was a 6 energy, which is so beautiful, because personality is how people perceive you when they look at you. When they first have a glimpse of you, what they see. And so his personality, what he gave off, the energy that he gave off was, I'm here for others. I'm here to help other people. I'm here to service other people. That 6 is also like the energy 9. Energy 9, of course, is on a more higher scale of giving yourself to others, but exactly what people saw in him was that 6 energy, wanting to give himself to other people, doing for others, which is so beautiful. Okay, so let's see what's okay. The 7. Now, when we talk about 7 again is spirituality. 7 again is truly understanding what spirituality is all about. 7 is about being one with the Creator. 7 is about, now I'm sure having this pinnacle for 9 years up until the age of 36, he would have had a lot of dreams, okay? He would have had a lot of dreams of things going on, what could have happened. He would have had a lot of dreams of maybe even his angels talking to him, or maybe people who have passed on talking to him. But when you have a 7 in a pinnacle, that is wanting you to start researching about metaphysics, spirituality, researching about certain things that will help you, elevate you, enlighten you, give you, open up your pathway, understanding your life, understanding in a spiritual way, your spiritual path. That's what the 7 energy is all about. It will pull you away from other people, and you will just want to study everything you want to know about life, about your soul purpose, about your life purpose, about anything that has to do with, like I say, spirituality or even religion. Some people, when they're in the 7, they don't even know what they're going through or what is this feeling, because it's truly like a feeling of personal development. And that's what the 7 is. It's about your personal development within, your soul development. And so you will want to kind of research about anything that you can get your hands on that will help you understanding what you're feeling, what you're going through. But it is another spiritual time for you. Again, in his 2nd year of his life, in the 9 years of his life, from 27 to 36, he was in a 7 pinnacle, and also a 3 pinnacle cycle, which means he was struggling here to understand his emotions, and that's what. And he had, and this is common, that your pinnacle, your challenges can repeat themselves, but that means it gave him more opportunity to be in that 3 energy, challenging him to stay within his emotions, Don't suppress his emotions, because even though he was out there and he was doing all this, he had a smile on his face, right? You never knew what was going on. And that's the beauty part of this three energy. Three energy people, that's why comedians, a lot of comedians are three, because three people can be laughing, making you feel good, and you never know what they're dealing with inside. You never know what they're going through inside. And that's a part of the challenge, that I guess that it was challenging him to express what he was going through, making sure that people understood that, and using his creativity, never giving up on his creativity, allowing it to all walks of life, just use that creativity in everything that he did, but do it, and also expressing yourself and not suppressing your feelings, which that was a challenge. But he was challenged to use his creativity. He did. Now his emotions, that was a different thing. He used his emotions, showed all those emotions in the movies. That maybe that's how he expressed himself. What we saw when he cried in the movies is truly how he was feeling, and that was giving him his outlet of expression. Beautiful, right? Okay, so now let's talk about his Pinnacle 3, and then we're going to wrap it up. And I did not want to make this video that long, but kind of wrap it up by just giving you an example of what he went through each year, what these numbers here mean. So Pinnacle 3, 11. So when you have an 11 pinnacle, now the thing with this 11, this is tricky. My son, who is now 22 years old, ironically, his first pinnacle was in 11, and we had a bad car accident when he was 7 or 8, which had kind of his nose hung down, and they had to reconstruct his nose. So when you have that 11 in your chart, you do have a spiritual, it's about faith. It's truly about allowing faith to take over and not looking at your situation. It's homing in on your intuition and not looking at the things that are happening to you, but allowing the faith to come in and say, no matter what's going on with me, I have the faith that things are going to work out. When there is an 11 in your pinnacle, but the good thing about that, even though he had this 11 starting out in his pinnacle, starting out at 37 years old, which was 2013, starting out at 37 years old, an 11 pinnacle, guys, when you have an 11 pinnacle in your chart, again, it's about faith. It's about being that wounded healer, moving through those intense experiences towards your healing. It's about having those emotional and health issues that will help you in your personal growth, that will help you in your spirituality, right? All about spirituality. It's an intense life experience that makes you walk the walk and talk the talk. So it's elevating you to be that wounded healer that can help others, that can use your life experiences and be able to use it to teach others, being that master teacher. But the thing about having that 11-2 in your chart, if you are a person who is really striving for success, you can have this opportunity for there to be a chance of fame or being placed in a spotlight as a result of this 11 pinnacle. So it's not all bad, guys. It does have some rewards in that 11 pinnacle, but it is a point where there can be a profound spiritual awakening in a master 11 pinnacle. You cannot escape it. It will be there no matter what. Yes, it was 9 years, but things will happen in that 9 years that will truly change you, elevate you, shape you to be a better person, to be elevate even higher, enlightened, spiritual, to be even more spiritual than you are. So when you have those, if you check out your pinnacles, and you have an 11 and a 7 in your chart, and if you've already passed that pinnacle, just take an inventory and see how it did, how it you know, how things went on in your life, how it helped you in your life, and how it brought on challenges in your life, and how you use the things that you went through in your life to show that you have faith that everything was going to be okay, and that you went through it and you got through it and you moved on. Now in his third pinnacle, again, remember, third pinnacle, I mean not third pinnacle, but your master 11 pinnacle can bring on health issues, even handicap. And then usually it's followed by the master 22, but he had his master 22 first, then 7, and then 11. And that's when the illness came about in this cycle of 9 years. Okay. I hope that all makes good sense to you guys, and I hope that you are getting a lot of this good information. And if there's someone's chart that you would like for me to do after this one, just make sure you leave me a comment below. But we are not done. We still have his transits to talk about. So every year you have a personal year, okay? So every year you have a personal year. And when in 2015, his personal year was 3. When he passed away, his personal year was 8. Now, again, yes, he was not 44 just yet because his birthday has not come around. So he did not, only thing he was not operating in his essence, because in an essence cycle, the essence cycle is from birthday to birthday. And as you can see here, 888, sometimes the numbers can stay the same and sometimes they change depending on the transit, right? Okay, so Chadwick, your first name is your physical transit, your middle name is your mental transit, and your last name is your spiritual transit. If you don't have a middle name, then you will just use your last name as your mental and your spiritual. If you have 2 middle names, then you would just put them together and it will still be the mental. Okay, so here we are in the N transit of his name, Aaron. And in the N letter, it vibrates over, I believe, 4 years. 4 years. Actually, no, that's not right. The N vibrates over 5 years. So that's why it actually started in 2014. And so when you get to 2020, it would have changed back to the original, the first letter of his name, which is an A. Now the H vibrates over 9 years. So that's why the 9 is still going all the way over. I mean, the H is going all the way over. And the M vibrates to 5 years. And so we, at the last 3 years, ended in 2017. Then it started over. So what this means is that in 2015, he was in a 8 essence. And so each letter here, you add them up and you get the essence cycle. That's why sometimes and here it changes because the M changed to an A. So now the numbers, when you add them up, they could add up to a 14.5. Your personal year is from January to January. So like for me, when my essence changed, it would change the same month as my personal year. So I would feel the essence and the personal year throughout the entire year. Like Chadwick, his birthday was in November. And that reminds me, it's November, and he was born, which is in 11, and his birthday is 29/11. So there was a lot of spirituality going on, 11/11/11. And so this essence cycle, even though it's listed here 39/2015, we have to wait until till November in order for the essence to actually switch over. Okay, so but we line it up here and we say from and since we know 2014 still had the 8, we can say it was still all year, because 8 and then you add. So when normally I do my videos on personal year and I say this is your personal year 3 and this is what you could be doing in personal year, but actually you want to know what your essence is, so when you can add those two together and get the overall energy of the year. Now, mind you, the Pinnacle cycle, these energies all play together, okay? So in 2015, he was an 8 energy, 8 essence, a 3 personal year, which gave an 11-2. So he had, once again, a spiritual, profound spiritual year, overall balance of this year. Now that 8 would have brought him some really good things happen in his life, right? 8 is money, 8 is financial success, 8 is also ego, and 8 is also karma. Being the person that he is, I'm sure that his karma was vibrating really good, and it would have made things really easy for him. So that 11-2 brought him fame. Could have brought him some fame. It may not necessarily have been disturbed because he already had this 11 in his chart, and it would have kind of balanced the two. Also, he would have been in his 11 Pinnacle here as well. Remember, this is a 9 year, so he would have started. Because he would have started this at 37. So this Pinnacle 11 would have started at 37. So I'm thinking that maybe he knew something had came up in 2015 about the cancer. Maybe it was some bad kind of blood work or something, and then it all kind of unfolded in 2016, since they said he had to battle with it. Now, when you get to 2016, when he turned 40, still in his third cycle, 11 cycle Pinnacle, he had a 4 personal year, and then still the 8 essence, which gave him an overall balance of the 3 energy, which is kind of emotional, and then that 4 energy can bring on illnesses. Okay, it can be a disturbed 4. Sometimes when you have a 4 in your chart, for you to get sick that year, usually you have to have like a 4 paired with a 9, but he still had the 8 here. So I'm thinking that this 11-2 would have brought on the first sign of cancer, and then he just dealt with it in 2016, okay? Because that 11-2 is a profound spiritual awakening. That's what that 11 means, profound spiritual awakening. So and he had that third Pinnacle of 11 spiritual. Things were still going on for him. He was still making movies, but still in the midst of all that good news, here on the back end, he was still having to deal with his personal development, personal things, spiritual things, that's saying, hey, yeah, we're going to give you this opportunity to have all this good stuff going on, but there will be a challenge for you on the back end, which brought him that emotional baggage of the illness. Okay. Now, moving into the 2017, here we go with the 13-4. Now, this is a karmic number, 13-4, and it's the overall balance of the 8 and 5. 8 and 5. So 5, when you have 5 as a personal year, 5 is considered unexpected changes in your life. Again, every single year, yes, it is changing, but just take a look at this. Then 2018, here's another 14-5 karmic. So there was a lot of karmic things going on each year, whether it was the balance of the two numbers or the actual essence was karmic. So here's a 13-4 karmic energy, disturbed energy, because there again, that 4 brings on illnesses, right? It brings on illnesses that can be that can be cured, but still some people do have illnesses that can show up, or someone in their life have illnesses. Now, again, that 5 unexpected changes, but that 8 bringing in some financial, good financial abundance for you, you're manifesting things in your life. So those 8 energies here allowed him to manifest everything that he touched on and he put his hands on. It was manifesting for him. He put an energy out there, said, I want to do this, I want to create this. Remember, that 9 is visionary, so he still had the opportunity to dream big. And then those 8 essence came. Essence, when you think about the essence, that's inside, what's going on inside. The personal year is the outer outer, what's going on around you that is affecting your energy. Now we're moving to 2018, 14-5, again, unexpected changes with that 14, with the 5, and it's a karmic debt, which means you have to truly work hard for also working hard. So he worked hard a lot in 2017. So this 6 energy came about, this 6 energy saying, and then they gave an overall 2 balance. So the 6 energy is all about, how can I say this? So the 6 energy is like being a service to others, being there for others. Maybe he has some family or friends lost in his life, so he had to be there for other people in 2017. Now this was the year that he had the big movie to come out. So in the midst of having this big movie, he still was very sensitive, because that overall balance was a 2 energy, which was bringing on sensitivity, bringing on intuition. A lot of unexpected changes was happening. But 6 is also luxury. So the money was steady flowing in with all the success, with all the fame. 6 is also fame. 6 is luxury, the beauty of everything around you. So this was a very, very good very good time for him in 2018. Even though you have that disturbance 14-5, but that 5 is still unexpected changes for the better. Okay, moving into 2019, which was last year, his pinnacle had changed because the A had changed to an N. So his essence, not pinnacle, his essence changed to a 9. And that was good that he didn't have to only have that 14-5 for that 1 year. And now we're here at the 9. So this 9 is all about completion, transformation. Now he's transforming. So thank you guys for watching Chadwick's video about his numerology chart. If you would like to book an appointment with me, all you have to do is go to my website, CynthiaReneeMeeks.com, and you can book a numerology appointment or hypnosis or both. Again, my name is Cynthia Renee Meeks, and I'm a spiritual awakening guide for those who have a strong desire to spiritually define your life in this life or a past life. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and also remember to comment if you want me to do another celebrity's chart. I will be happy to do it. Hey guys, just always remember to lead with love, okay? Love what you do, love people around you, send love so you can receive love. Always remember to love, live, and forgive. Bye for now.